super
Well, let me
different like
ask you
that.
this. It seems a lot easier to eat a vegetable than have to kill something. Why wouldn't we have embraced humanity for the narrative, eating healthy? Why would we want to have that be our narrative to resort to doing things that aren't healthy and a little savage?
Because
Why?
man,
Why?
because biologically, man is rebellious by nature. We're just a
No,
rebellious
we're just dumb.
and well, but being dumb is a form of rebellion,
It's
though.
a form of dumb.
It's a form of rebellion too.
I don't understand logic over like I'd rather die and eat nasty shit to prove that because well, who are they rebelling against? Grass? Like I don't get it. Who's rebelling?
I think we rebel against the natural order of everything
Why?
because it's just in man. You know what's crazy when you look at any literature, whether we talking about the
So just God just
Anunnaki,
decided to
whether
make
we talking about
yeah.
Adam and Eve being made by the Creator Yahweh. We can get to all these different names and gods in literature. It shows that we was given a selective law and order by the universe,
I'm
and
gonna
we
tell you.
naturally rebelled against it.
You know why? Because we only have access to 8% or 12% of our brain.
I kind of disagree with that.
Well, that's what I heard.
I think
medically.
that's the narrative that they pushing. I think a
You
lot
think
of
people have more percent of their brain and they're this dumb?
no. So I
You
think,
gotta be this dumb to do stupid shit for no reason.
but I'm talking about people that operate and living in different environments. What I mean
Have
by
you
that,
heard that we only have
yeah,
12%? Why
yeah.
do you think
No, they
that?
say geniuses. They say that we only use 7.5 to 8% of our brains, and then geniuses use 12 percent of
Well,
their
I was talking
brain.
about me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All I know is about I got 12. But my point is
I think I got more than that.
yeah, but how much more?
I don't know. So this is what I'm
Well,
saying.
think about it. What if let's just think about this? Because again, we do a lot of dumb shit as men. It doesn't make sense. Like you said, our order is to rebel, whether it's right or wrong. That's our ego. What would it look like if we like that? Literally means that we only, if you're a genius, you only have 88%. You're only using 12%. There's 88% of things going on that you know nothing of. 80%, and again, we don't what isn't 80% of the Earth water?
Yeah, it's what they tell.
Right, exactly. But we don't know what's going on in the 80% of that water. What the fuck's going on in the other 80% of our brain? What are we missing? 80%? Can you imagine if we just had 10 more percent?
Yeah.
Imagine if we had 50%?
Yeah.
Do you imagine all the things, the dimensions we don't see?
And that's all I was just finna say.
88% of what we're seeing, we don't see. We only get to see 12% of what's presented to us.
Yeah.
And
We're
that's
looking at the
logic.
universe through a peephole.
So how can we not say we're dumb? Not dumb. We are dumb.
So,
we only have 12% of
this,
100%.
but this is
of
what
our
I'm
brain.
saying though. What happened if we didn't?
And men are in control over women. And I think that's dumb.
But this is what I'm saying, Dame. What happened if we are the ones that didn't put that limitation on us?
We did. The Anunnakis, they only programmed us to have 120 years. The Anunnakis, they only programmed us to have 120 years.
Exactly.
They only get.
They capped us with telomeres.
We're genetically modified by the Anunnaki. We were put here to build those goddamn pyramids because the GGs got mad about being slaves and the neck and the. I hang out with Billy Carson.
Yeah, I hear Billy all through you. But that's what I'm saying. So if we was created by this higher reptilian race species, right?
I don't think reptilian.
I mean,
there's a lot of
Anunnaki.
That's what we going to it?
I mean, I'm just saying. You're talking about the Anunnaki.
Well, yeah, the Anunnaki.
These are serpent creatures, or serpent beings.
Well, the Anunnakis were black.
I mean, some
they
say
weed and beer. They had to be black.
Some say when you go into ancient Mesopotamia, you look at the.
Oh no, I need you to talk to Billy. I'm not gonna go back because I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Everything I know is heard from Billy. So I ain't gonna be able. You can twist curve. I ain't doing that with you. I'll get Billy in here. We ain't gonna do that one. He ain't gonna toast me on that.
But this is what I'm saying though. When we speaking about science though, you said one thing correct. You said that
I said a lot of things correct.
We were limited, right? So we got telomeres, meaning that they capped off our DNA and they gave us 120 years. We see now through our diets and these cages that we in that we call the matrix, we only living to be 60 to 65.
Yeah, but they're starting to say that in the next 10 years we'll be able, because of like the stem cell stuff and all that other thing. Let me ask you this, just to pivot real quick. I'm a diabetic.
Right.
And this is a very important conversation to me because we spoke, and I have to go because this is real for me. Now, I heard Dr. Sebi and all that can cure type 1, and I've never seen a doctor validate anyone that said they've ever been cured of type 1. Mm-hmm. I've never really seen anyone type 1. You told me about this girl that's saying that she got cured of it. but I've never seen it. And the questions I asked you is, there's never been a doctor to validate it. Like, if I was ever to take some herbs and tea or whatever it is, diet, and was able to not be diabetic, the next time I would go see my doctor to show him I'm not, or her, that I'm not diabetic, I would be in the medical journal. And there's no conspiracy or anything that would stop that, because I would go to the paper and say it myself. So I don't understand all these people that are cured. How come they themselves, and some people do on this level, but if you call the Wall Street Journal and a doctor validates that, then I believe that it's quantified. But I've never seen a quantified, doctor-approved. And did you ever get to see the Dr. Africa episode I had with him?
Yeah, I seen that.
With him and the doctor?
Yeah, I watched
He didn't argue with the doctor. But go ahead.
So I mean, we can sit down with a doctor whenever you want, but
Right.
but yeah, most definitely. Let's
I'm
set
not
that
saying
up.
you're wrong.
No, I know, but I want to set that
One
up. Though.
question I'm asking is, why hasn't, and again,
I could
why hasn't anybody why hasn't a doctor said, and again, doctors aren't that level of conspiracy. I know doctors,
I know a bunch of them too.
but they don't be so rich that they would hide a secret like that. They would want to go get rich from exposing a secret like that. How come a doctor has never quantified a patient? Because if you have a disease, you got to go to the doctor. So
To get diagnosed.
and
yeah.
if you want, if I think that my blood sugar is now regulated, I'm gonna go to a doctor to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, it would be. I just feel like it would be public knowledge. I don't, that conspiracy thing I don't get. But
So
I'm listening to you now.
So me personally, because I can't speak for other healers or herbalists or somebody out here selling a product, but me personally, whether it's diabetes 1, which is 3 people that I know of, you know, that's not on insulin pens and pumps no more from actually going through my protocol. I didn't personally send them to the doctor. I told them to go back and get their levels checked, but they checked they levels themselves.
That's not a diabetic. Type 1 diabetic doesn't do that. I'm
So-
a type
so-
1, and type 1
So
diabetic.
let me finish that. Let
Okay.
me finish. So they been off of their insulin pump for 2 years, another one for about 2 years and 2 months, and then recently.
After the first 6 months, a doctor would call and check and say, "Yo, what's going on?" And then you say, "I don't need an insulin pump no more." Then he'd say, "Bring your ass in here so I can make sure."
So check this out.
And you
so
tell me all 3 of those people didn't feel like going to the doctor?
hold on, I got a story though.
All right, go ahead.
So and this same lady that doesn't have diabetes 1 no more, she was actually she reversed her herpes too, where she don't have herpes anymore. So she went back to the doctor to get both of them checked. The herpes was completely gone, but he still promoted and wanted her to push to take the actual suppressive medicine and the lysine, even though she didn't have herpes no more. And her actual A1C was good, and her glucose levels was regulated, and he still said she had diabetes when she didn't. And so then, like, just me personally, with a situation like that, what do you do when you see?
You know what I do? I take a picture of my doctor, put all his credentials, and I do a post and say, "This guy right here, da 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 da," and I make the whole world know, and then he has to answer the question and give him some accountability.
Because this happens all the time in the medical field, especially when it comes to herpes, especially
Herpes, yeah, I
and
can't tell you
cancer
about herpes.
and cancer. Well, we see that these
Cancer.
things are gone and eradicated. And like for instance, there was a woman in St. Louis, Missouri, where her breast cancer was reversed. You know, she had triple negative invasive ductal carcinoma breast cancer. We got rid of the breast cancer, changed her diet. She didn't have it no more.
You stupid.
They came back, they rescanned her, they did another biopsy, found out that she didn't have no more cancerous tumors in her duct nose, in her breast. Guess what they said? They said, even though the cancer's gone, we still think you should do chemotherapy and we should take both breasts. What do you do in a situation like that?
Put him on TV.
You see what I'm saying? So,
that's
so
what I
I'm
do.
glad
I
we talking
put 'em on
about this
TV.
now because you giving other solutions.
Right.
You know, because you know with me, I'm not saying I'm scared to send none of my clients back to the doctor, but I have seen some of the worst horrible stories where we see somebody change their diet and change their environment and go back to the doctor, and the doctor still tell them, even though that they clear of everything that they was just diagnosed with, well, we still think you should take this medicine, and it ain't gone, it's just in remission. If it's out of the body, it's out of the body.
You stupid.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
No, I get it.